You should recognize this radio personality on Mix 103.3 in the mornings. It's Paul Horton from The Morning Show with Paul Horton. I hope you enjoy learning a little bit more about this community leader and what inspires him. What are some things that you especially like about the area where you live?
What I love about Montgomery, I've been here all my life. I grew up in Montgomery, but I love how the area is growing. You know, the communities are growing, and businesses are being developed, and there's real growth over the last few years, and that's very exciting.
What got you into your career?
Well, kind of luck, kind of chance got me into radio. We were living in Colorado Springs, Colorado, after Hurricane Katrina, which was in 2005. My wife and our daughters, we were in New Orleans, and we ended up in Colorado, and just looking for a job, looking for the next thing. I just happened to call a radio station. I was like, "Listen, are you guys hiring?" And they were like, "No, we're not, but come on in and we'll talk." And so I went in and I talked, and they ended up giving me a job on the radio. So I kind of learned radio kind of from the bottom floor up, and has just been involved in for years and to where I am now. So it's really a cool thing. Just kind of landed in it.
What is your favorite day of the week?
My favorite day of the week is probably Thursday, because there's an excitement for the weekend coming up, and there's a relief that, well, week's almost over, so, we're doing good on Thursday. We're kind of just rolling through the week, ready for the weekend.
What is one of your favorite memories?
One of my favorite memories growing up has to be spending time with my grandparents during the summer. I was fortunate enough to have grandparents live in the same city, and so my brother and I would go to stay with our grandparents for a couple of weeks at a time here in the city. And my grandfather was great. I'd follow him tinkering around the house, and then gardening outside, and following. He could fix anything, so I'd follow him. But I love the memories of The Price is Right coming on at 10 a.m. during the weekday. Listening to that on television and knowing that lunch is going to be served at straight up 11, and we would sit at the table, and no sitting at the couch, but we would sit at the table, and then right after that, the news and then Days of Our Lives comes on, when our grandparents usually sat in their chairs and watched and fell asleep, and so we took a nap as well. But it was just great spending time with them.
What is one of your favorite holidays or times of year?
I love October. Everything in October, the fall, the Halloween activities, and my birthday's in October. So I love October.
Do you approach life with a very positive attitude or a more wait and see approach?
I'm more positive. I always give people and situations the benefit of the doubt usually, and so I tend to lean more positive and upbeat, and I'm very trusting in nature. Someone doesn't have to prove to me they're trusting before I trust them or any situation.
If you had more time for something, what would you like to do?
I would like to get in shape I'd like to bulk up, but that's work. So I'm kind of glad I don't have time for it, but I do exercise and stay healthy as best I can.
What is one of your subjects that you like best in school?
I loved music. By the time I was graduating high school, I was in 3 music classes. I had a music class, a choir class, an ensemble class where we would sing and dance, and then a music theory class. So I loved music, and still today I love music.
Did you attend a big high school, a small one, or homeschool?
Big high school for here in Montgomery. I graduated Robert E. Lee in 1988. I think we had about 500 seniors graduate with us, so relatively big, yeah.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is when someone agrees with what I'm saying. If they say, yes, I agree with you. That's my favorite word.
What is your least favorite word?
My least favorite word would probably be don't or no in regards to me, as in, because I take it as I'm doing something wrong. I need to watch myself. Don't do this. I have parameters. And so I always want to do good. So if I hear don't coming toward my way, I'm probably going in the wrong direction.
What excites you creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I love connecting with people. I love the communication process when I know that an idea or a principle has been received and the light bulb moment goes on. So I love connecting, and that goes to spiritually and emotionally, connecting with an idea or communicating a principle.
What doesn't excite you?
I'm not a fan of judgmental people. Like I said earlier, I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and trusting and loving, but I don't like when others are judgmental right off the bat.
Who has inspired you?
My wife and my daughters inspire me to do and be better in everything, every day.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love a couple of things. I love the sound of a coffee pot finishing a brew. I drink coffee every morning, and when I hear that gurgle sound coming from the coffee pot, I'm like, okay, we're almost there. You can get some coffee now.
What sound or noise do you hate?
I hate the sound of a fork scraping a plate. That ruins my day. Because if I hear it once, I will replay it in my mind over and over, and every time it just gives me the willies.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I want to be a writer. I would like to be a writer, greeting card writer, a poem, a composer, but I need work on my grammar, so it's probably not going to happen.
What profession would you not like to do?
I would not like to be a goat yoga instructor. That seems unpleasing. It may be pleasing, but to me it's unpleasing.
If you could meet anyone living or dead, who would it be?
That's a great question. I don't have a specific person for that. I just like meeting people in general who are interesting and have a great story to tell and make me laugh.
What is one of your favorite quotes?
A favorite quote of mine is I've been holding this for years, and I remind myself this in many situations I come into. And it's old Proverbs in the Bible. It's an old proverb that says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger."
What do you do to relax?
Honestly, I just slow down. Take a break, and I'm busy all day and doing things all day, so I just will watch some of my favorite shows. I love The Office, I love Seinfeld, Arrested Development, so things like that.
A very special thanks to Paul for doing this interview, and to the Paul Horton Show for being a really fun and important part of our community.